17 signs you and your ex are meant to be. Should I get back with my ex? If you see the signs you and your ex are meant to be, you should definitely consider it. However, you need to wait for him to contact you first. Breaking the no contact rule is a bad idea even when you see the signs he wants you back but is scared. Stick to the no contact rule and don't contact him first, or even after that period. Wait for him to reach out to you. If he misses you after the breakup, he will reach out eventually. Even if he doesn't, you need to be aware that you can't force your ex to get back together with you. He needs to want to come back to you, and no manipulation methods will help you make him love you if he doesn't want to. Maybe there are signs you and your ex are meant to be, and you will be happy together again, but you can't force that. You will find your way back into each other's arms eventually if you are meant to be together. You just need to be patient and wait for him to reach out to you. Otherwise, you risk pushing him away even further. He needs to start thinking about you. He'll then consider giving your relationship another chance, and you can't put that idea into his head. These signs you and your ex are meant to be will help you realize whether there's a good chance that you'll be together again. However, it's best that you wait patiently. Wait for him to realize it too. When he finally does, he'll reach out to you and you will be able to try to get back on track. Here are all the signs you and your ex are meant to be. Before we go to the video, for more similar content, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any further videos. Number 1. Your breakup was peaceful and friendly. Breakups are often full of yelling, crying, and screaming at each other. However, sometimes people break up amicably. When couples break up, it's often just because they started taking each other for granted. They neglect their relationship and each other until their love fades away. Once they break up, they get into rebound relationships. Then they recognize the same patterns happening again. Those patterns are them first feeling immense attraction, followed by infatuation, which turns to love. Afterward, however, they become neutral and lose attraction. This happens to them in rebound relationships as well, only much faster. Once they realize these patterns, they become aware that their ex wasn't the reason why their relationship wasn't successful. They realize that the problem was that they thought they didn't have to put effort into the relationship to make it work. Once they stop feeling the attraction they first had, they think that the relationship is over. In fact, that's when they should work on it. Instead of doing that, they start thinking that there's someone else who they will feel attracted to. This makes them leave their partner even if it's in a civil way. The good part of all of this is that they eventually realize that they made a mistake. If the breakup was peaceful and friendly, there's nothing stopping them from trying to fix that mistake. When people break up amicably, it's easier to get back together because they didn't burn the bridges. One of the signs he'll come back after breaking up is if the breakup didn't cause any permanent damage. Even if he has started a rebound relationship, he will soon realize that the same thing will happen as with you. Number 2. It doesn't feel the same way with anyone else. It just felt right with your ex. There was this amazing feeling that made you happy. Now, after the breakup, you have tried dating other people, but it doesn't feel the same way. You can't find that amazing feeling with anyone else. If you're wondering, should I get back with my ex? You should look back on your life and find out if you ever felt that way about anyone else. Has anyone ever made you happier than your ex? If you never had that feeling with anyone else, it's very likely that your ex is your soulmate. It's perfectly normal to miss an ex, so it doesn't mean that they are your soulmate. However, it's one thing to look back and feel nostalgic, and a whole other thing when you look back and realize you've lost something amazing. If you and your ex are meant to be, you will be aware of how special he is, and you won't hesitate to give him another chance. It's important that he feels the same way because if he does, he is truly your soulmate. Look for the signs that he misses you after the breakup to find out if he feels the same way. Number 3. The reason for the breakup was an external factor. An external factor for the breakup can be something that was, at the time, more important than the relationship. It could be illness, death of a family member, or kids. External factors, however, can't be distance, work, or school. These examples are only excuses and they don't justify a breakup. When there is dedication and effort, the things mentioned above don't have to be a reason for a breakup. Sometimes when a man breaks up with you, he will blame things like work, school, or distance. He will tell you that these things are stressing him out and that he needs some time and space to think about everything. However, this is just something people say when they want to break up with someone, and it's not the real issue. This just helps them leave a person without having to feel guilty about it. Number 4. There was a sense of peace in your relationship. Whenever you are with your ex, there is a sense of peace and calm, and it's one of the signs he'll come back after you break up. When you're around someone who's your soulmate, you feel like you can relax, and there are no worries or anxiety. You feel at home when you're with them, and the familiarity you feel with them is something you don't feel with anyone else. That feeling of peace means that their energy matches yours. The way they approach life is the same way you do. You and your ex always wanted all the same things, and there was no need to force anything. It felt like you were always looking in the same direction, which made your relationship feel right. If you and your ex are meant to be, you cultivated peace in your relationship, and it never seemed too hard. You just felt like their journey and yours completely matched, which made your life together easy. Number 5. You broke up because he wasn't happy with himself. Maybe he was depressed and that was the reason he broke up with you. If he had mental health problems and left you to focus more on himself, he could come back. He has problems that aren't your fault and he needs to find a way to solve them on his own. If he looks for help and tries to change, once he feels better, he'll probably consider giving your relationship another chance. He probably even still cares about you a lot, but right now, he has to work on himself. If he helps himself feel better again, the two of you could get to have the fresh start you need. If you broke up because he wasn't happy with himself, just give him some time to figure things out. While he focuses on himself, you can do the same and focus on yourself. If the two of you are meant to be, this issue is just a bump in the road, and you'll get back on track soon. Number 6. You went through a lot together. There were some great moments in your relationship, and there were some difficult ones as well. You went through it all together and were there for each other in sickness and in health. Those hard times never separated you, and you never let them tear you apart. Even there were a lot of problems, you dealt with them together and always trying to find the solutions. Simply put, the two of you always had each other's back, and you were not just a couple but a team. No matter what, you would stick together and fight for your relationship. Couples who aren't meant to be together often scream at each other when things get tough, and it breaks them apart eventually. Those who are soulmates, however, go through a lot together. Number 7. You still talk and have stayed friends. If you and your ex can still have healthy communication even after the breakup, you'll probably get back together. Even though you've broken up, you still enjoy spending time with each other. Maybe you don't love each other the way you used to, but there's still mutual respect. That respect could turn to love again. Friends often become something more, especially if they had something more before they were friends. Just don't show your ex how badly you want him back and remain friendly. Remember that you can't force things, so just be patient. If you and your ex have stayed friends, it's very likely that you'll get back together, but he needs to initiate it. Number 8. You always had mutual respect. When you were in a relationship, he always respected you, and you respected him just the same. You had mutual trust and understanding, and always supported each other. That bond was so strong that there was no need to doubt each other. You always knew where he was and even what he was thinking, and he knew all those things about you too. If you and your ex are meant to be, the glue in your relationship was mutual love, trust, and respect. You never had to ask for his respect because you always felt like he respected you. If you continue to respect each other even after the breakup, there's a good chance that you'll end up together again. Number 9. You are still attracted to each other. Are you and your ex still attracted to each other? That could mean that you're meant to be together. You have a special emotional and physical bond that kept you together, and it could bring you back together again. All you need is to figure out what the problem in your relationships were and put effort into fixing them. What broke you apart? Is it possible to work on it so it doesn't create problems in the relationship again? Maybe just a little effort will be enough, but if it isn't, you can always try counseling. You need to understand one another a little better, and counseling can help with that. As long as both of you are willing to put effort into the relationship, nothing will keep you apart. Number 10. You felt more alive than ever. When you were with your soulmate, you felt more alive than with anyone else. It just felt right to be with him, and you felt like you could take on the world as long as you were together. Your life seemed like a beautiful dream when you were with him. Seeing his face would always brighten your day, and being with him made you want to become the best version of yourself. You were excited about the future because you knew that you would spend it together, and maybe you were right. If the two of you appreciated each other and were interested and intrigued in one another, you could be soulmates. You two knew each other very well, but you both felt like there would always be more to learn. If you haven't felt this way with anyone else, you and your ex could be meant for each other. Number 11. You can forgive each other. Can you truly forgive each other for what happened? If you can, you could get back together again. To do that, you need to leave the past behind so you can start afresh. Your relationship won't work if either one of you has the need to punish the other or holds a grudge. If you haven't left the past behind, it will come up for the first time you argue again. Is he ready to forgive you? If he knows that you want him back but doesn't want to himself, he isn't. Maybe he's considering giving your relationship another chance, but he treats you badly, and this means he can't forgive you. He also can't forgive you if he doesn't appreciate and love you like he did before. If you need to forgive him, you need to be sure that you can let it go. You have to be honest with yourself and ask yourself if what he did is unforgivable. Maybe he cheated on you, ghosted you, or wasn't there for you. Can you really let those things go without resentment? You have to be honest with yourself. If you resent him but still get back together, your relationship is doomed. Number 12. Time would stop when you and your ex were together. Maybe you were able to talk about the future for what seemed like forever. You would get so into planning your future that you wouldn't even notice that hours had passed. Maybe you talked for hours about something else that meant a lot to both of you. When you were with the person who was your soulmate, time stopped somehow. This happens when you are fully present in the moment. Most people tend to live in the past or in the future, but when you are with your soulmate, you live in the present. It's easy to live in the present when there's nowhere you'd rather be than with the person you're with. Number 13. You and your ex felt safe with one another. Both of you felt safe and secure with one another, and this means that you could be meant for each other. What made your relationship so special was that you always made each other feel relaxed and calm. Everything you would say or do would be to make each other happier. Happiness and security are very important in a relationship, so this is a great sign. If you have a soothing effect on your ex, he will think about you a lot. When he thinks about you for a while, he will start having feelings for you once again. This will make him come back to you or at least consider it. If the two of you can't find that sense of security with anyone else, you're probably soulmates. Number 14. You have the same sense of humor. The best relationships are those when the partners have the same sense of humor. What could be better than laughing together at the same things or having amazing inside jokes? This is a sign of a couple who's a great pair because they truly understand each other. Laughing is a way to share fun experiences and bond together, but that's not all. They say that laughter is the best medicine, and there's a lot of truth to it. When you have a rough day, it's easy to recover when you can have a good laugh. Laughter can also de-escalate arguments, so couples who have a similar sense of humor fight differently from others. During hard times, laughter helps you to stay positive. If you and your ex laugh together a lot, there's a good chance you'll laugh together again. You are probably meant to be. Number 15. You and your ex are each other's biggest support. Your ex listens to your problems, and you listen to theirs, and it means you probably are meant to be. Exes often don't want to talk to each other after a breakup. No matter what happens, they don't want to see each other ever again. You and your ex are different, however. Your relationship is special because you truly want to help one another during hard times. You have a selfless and caring friendship that not a lot of exes have. That special bond shows that you could be meant to be together. It's just a matter of time when you'll realize that. If you still support each other, you will still care about each other too, and that is a great sign. Number 16. You have these same ambitions and goals. Do you have the same ambitions and goals in life? This means that you agree on important matters such as beliefs, marriage, kids, friends, hobbies, religion, work, and education. It's like you think the same because the things you want are the same. That's probably the biggest sign you're meant to be together. You have these same expectations, which will help you connect on a deeper level and love each other for who you are. If you really are that compatible, nothing will ever keep you apart for long. You have similar minds, and while you're thinking of getting back together, he's thinking the same thing. Number 17. You can communicate without hurting one another. You don't offend each other when you talk, and that is a very good sign that shows you're compatible. If you can have an honest conversation about your relationship and get along well, it's a great sign. It shows that you're mature, so you can learn from your past mistakes. If you don't offend each other, it means that the two of you don't hold any resentment towards each other, and you care about each other. You truly want what's best for your ex, and he wants only the best for you as well. This is a very good sign which shows that you'll give your relationship another chance. Learn from your past mistakes and put effort into making it work this time. Good luck!